Chris Nash, how big a win is that?
Yeah, it's a huge win. Obviously, you're playing a team in similar trouble to you, so it opens up a nice gap with them, puts us in a good position. I think it's in our own hands now. So, yeah, really delighted. Delighted, obviously, to get the win, but really happy the way we did it. We set out to play. It was quite a flat pitch. I think we set out that we were going to really work hard for 4 days, kind of grind it down, and I think we did everything we kind of set out to do.
Let's turn the clock back 4 days, because the week didn't start too well with the skipper pulling out. When were you aware that Ed might have a problem?
Probably about a quarter of an hour before the toss. So
right, really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it's not as if you suddenly change everything and change the tactics. It was all it just meant was we, obviously, I think we could play an extra bowler. Really, which probably, kind of in the scheme of things with the way we batted, worked out all right for us.
And then first thing, you lost the toss on what Mark was saying was quite a flat pitch.
Yeah, flat wicket. Did a tiny bit first innings, but I think when you look at the game and you look back at it, I think you look at CJ, and that was a world-class spell. I mean, he stepped it up a gear on a wicket with very little pace. Not many seamers got anything out of it really. So a spell he bowled with the new ball, and then he came back just after lunch and kind of ripped the height out, and that set the game up really nicely for us.
And in terms of the resolve in the squad for this game, and talking to Chris and Luke Wright last night, this is a game, I know you want to win every game, but there was a real determination about this Sussex side in this match.
Yeah, it was a big game, and I think we knew, look at the wicket, it was a fairly flat wicket, so I knew it was going to be a really attritional game. So we knew it was going to take 4 days and a lot of hard work, and there are going to be times when the game was going to go nowhere, especially when we were bowling on the last day. So yeah, it was just one of those that we all knew the kind of the enormity of the game. We got a good draw against Yorkshire in the last game, and that set us up, got us back on track, and I think I'm really, really happy the way we played this game.
And a lot of people said that. How important was that to confidence? Because it had been 8 games since you'd won in the Championship, going back to the end of May. Was that something that sort of built the foundations, and perhaps the performance at Lords as well? Yeah,
also, obviously we came very close at Lords. A great win for us, but obviously, you come off the back of that, and it takes a lot of the wind out your sails. So I think the partnership, when Yards got in, and Yards obviously played brilliantly at Hove against Yorkshire, that kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit, got us back on track, and then we've regrouped. We got good points all out of that, getting the 400, and then we just regrouped and come really hard this week.
It's not quite safe yet.
No,
Hampshire have won, and Somerset still to come to Hove.
There's a lot of cricket. I mean, you've got guys with games in hand. We got 10 days off now, so. We know the next game is going to be pretty much a do or die. I think if you go and win that one, we should be safe. So we've got big 10 days to kind of work hard, get ourselves ready for that game. We had a nice little break before this game. I think it showed everyone came back fresh.
You'll be glad not to face Charlie Morris in the next game. I think hit you in the face and then hit you on the hand.
On a wicket which barely got above knee high. I think I've been hit more than anyone else. So I'll be glad to leave this place this week.
Can I just say as well, Chris, the game, although it was an important game, seemed to be played in a really good spirit. I noticed when Ben Brown got his 100, Luke Wright his double 100, both sides applauding, people applauding Joe Clark today. And Daryl Mitchell walked out to bat you when he shook his hand after his wife had given birth. The game's had a good feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's a big game, but sometimes there's a bit more to life. Daryl Mitchell's had a baby this week, so a bit more to life than cricket, isn't there? So it's a great moment for him, and obviously Joe Clark out there. I think that was his first maiden 100, and it's a special moment. So look, you play hard, you give it everything, but when the ball's finished being bowled and it's been fielded, it's a game of cricket, and you have to kind of push it further than that.
Wonderful, Chris. Thanks.